Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I've been wanting to do this series for a very long time, and it's finally here. The game is here, the Let's Play is here. Although I just want to get right off the bat, I will be uploading 358 episodes, but that's all I'm going to say about that. We're here to play The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I've been waiting for this game for so long. Of all the games that I've wanted to play, or still want to play that haven't come out yet, this is the one that I've waited for and wanted the longest. So I think we should just go ahead and get right on in the game here. I haven't really played anything. I just played to make sure that the recording was going to work. But other than that, this is blind. Although I have gotten Platinum God in the original, so it's not like I'm completely blind or anything. But it looks like we can switch between normal and hard modes. I'm definitely not going to be starting on hard mode. Although, it does look like, speaking of, prior knowledge, Maggie Kane... Well, actually, Kane, I think, was unlocked with... Was it 99 cents or 50 cents? I don't think it was 55 cents. It could have been. I don't really remember. But anyway, Maggie, Kane, Judas, and Eve are all... Oh, and Samson are all, of course, from the vanilla version. But we have Azazel, hopefully I pronounced that right, which he's unlocked by making 3 deals with the devil in one game, so we'll be trying to do that. Lazarus, unlocked by having 4+ soul hearts. That can't take that long. That's probably going to happen on the first run. And Eden, which is a treasure chest, apparently. I don't know what that is all about, but I'm sure we'll find out in due time. But speaking of due time, it is our time to go ahead and get a run going. I seriously cannot believe that a Binding of Isaac Rebirth is here. Like I said, I've been waiting for so long, and I know I'm not the only one. I think, wow, I was going to say, it looks like there's bugs on the floor or something. Maybe it's flies, I don't know, but that's pretty cool. There's a lot of new visual effects, like the sun at the top. But anyway, I think this is growth hormones, or speedball, that just shows how long it's been since I've played the vanilla version of Isaac. It has been quite a while, actually. It's been probably a year since I played The Binding of Isaac. That's weird to think about, but, that's no longer the case. We're playing The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. So it looks like we've got a room of, old enemies here, not unexpected, really. Although there are lots of new things in the game, it's not like the old content isn't there as well. TNT barrels, definitely not a new thing. Let's just go ahead and blow those up just in case. I don't remember these kind of blocks being in the game, although I'm sure they were. But it looks like we're not going to get any of this money, so we're going to go ahead and move on. Speaking of new enemies, these are definitely new. They do not look like they pose any sort of a threat whatsoever with their cute smiles, and I guess it's just a pile of poop. That's literally the defining characteristic of these enemies. I'm pretty happy about that, if I'm being honest. Probably not as happy as the poops themselves. Oh my goodness, I was gonna say, wow, some bomb drop, but no, we didn't get a bomb drop. We got a, well, actually, we got a bomb drop, just not something we could pick up. I was never really too big on destroying all the poop in my earlier Isaac career, or, in the vanilla version, so I don't know if I'll continue to be that way, or I'll be a little more diligent from now on about breaking poop and putting out fires. It's probably the smart thing to do, but, I don't know, it can get a little tedious sometimes, but we're gonna try to make the best of it. But I completely glossed over the fact that we just fought a new enemy in that other room, which, the one thing that I was really looking forward to the most, actually, I guess everybody... Or, I was going to say this is literally the only thing to look forward to in the remake, but that's not true. There are two things, really. I really like the graphical upgrades. The game's running at a solid 60 frames per second. Of course, the actual visuals seem to be updated as well. Or they don't seem to be, they're clearly updated. And I really wanted to get involved with the new items and stuff. And new bosses, although this is not a new boss. And one thing I want to try to do is not skip the intro cutscenes for the levels or whatever, the vignettes, as I believe Northern Lion often calls them. That might be the official term for them, for all I know. All I know is that my Binding of Isaac dictionary was more or less defined or constructed from Northern Lionisms. So if I say, the name of an enemy and it happens to not be quite correct, you can take it up with Mr. Northern Lion himself. Although it looks like we're not going to have much of an issue with the first boss of our Let's Play here. Now, one thing I want to point out, if it looks like I'm bad at aiming, it's because I am, but if I may have an excuse, it's because I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I'm playing with a controller right now, a PS4 controller, which actually, I thought it was going to be not as good as the keyboard, because I, got Platinum God, played hundreds of hours with the keyboard, and I was really used to it. but it feels really good, actually. And apparently, there are some controller-exclusive, you know, features, I guess. That took forever. Wow, pentagram. That's amazing. Wow, look at that. That's really, really jiggly. You can move between these a lot easier than you could in the original, too. Which is good, because sometimes you could get stuck. But anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. Something about the controller probably wasn't important, so we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next floor. I like the fade out. It's like a pixelation type thing, which is kind of, you know, the entire thing is pixel art now, instead of the flash animation, or the flash, you know, I'm not even really sure what you call it, flash art style, I guess. But if we go in the options, I think, yeah, there's a filter, which I think that's basically just like the flash filter, but I think we're going to go ahead and play with the more, you know, the pixel art, because I actually like it. A lot of people are saying they didn't like the new art style, which I think is madness. Of course, everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but... Oh my goodness, what is happening? We are... Apparently there's an issue with the game pausing a lot, just randomly, so hopefully that doesn't interfere too much with our gameplay here. If it does, I'll try to make the best of it, and I will try to fix it for subsequent episodes. Oh yeah, speaking of controllers, this is probably a controller-only glitch with the pause menu. There are, like I was saying before, like controller-exclusive features almost, like slow walking, which I'll show off after I kill Sloth here. I have the pentagram. My damage is pretty high right now. I probably shouldn't be having as much of an issue as I am. Fortunately, I have not taken any damage throughout, I don't think, the entire run yet. We might be... Let's try to get to Platinum God. Episode 1 through however many episodes it takes me to get there without taking one bit of damage. We're on pace right now for that. I think if we keep it up, we could definitely do it. Not if we get bombs, though, because I'm bad with bombs, and I'm sure I'll take some damage. And speaking of that, I don't even really know what the bomb button is for the controller, so that could be an issue. Apparently that was my card slash probably pill button, which was R1, by the way, for anybody wondering. Is this a tinted rock? Like, my eyes might be deceiving me, so I gotta find what button my bombs are. Oh, there we go. L1 for anybody wondering. That was totally a tinted rock. I heard that they were harder to see, and that was definitely harder to see than it was in the original game. Crystal ball, I don't really remember. Oh man, the pause menu is strong right now, man. What is happening? I hope that doesn't come back to haunt us in the future. But anyway, speaking of the controller, that just reminded me, so maybe it's not such a bad thing. With the controller, you can do like a saucy little jaunt here. I'm really happy that this is in the game. Like, this is just the epitome of Binding of Isaac right now, I guess. Or Rebirth in general, that's how I feel. But we're gonna go ahead and move on here. But the crystal ball, I know it has something to do, or I think it does anyway, with... Or maybe that was the fortune teller machine. I don't really remember. Something about spirit hearts. Might as well go ahead and use it. Oh, hey. Looks like I was right. Always happy when I'm right, I guess. These enemies, or that one I just killed, by the way, the first one I killed, was definitely a new enemy, and these larger enemies are new as well. And speaking of larger, there are rooms that scroll, which... You know, when they first announced that, I didn't know if I liked that all that much, but now that I'm playing it, it seems to be just fine, which, you know, I probably should have not judged in the first place until I played the game, but, you know, I'm only human, I guess. So we're just gonna go ahead and take care of these enemies. I was gonna say that those poop enemies reminded me of those enemies that were in here with the poop enemies. I guess it's sort of like a variation on those enemies. But, you know, the way you fight them is not all that different. I really like these spiders, by the way. Or not these spiders, but the other ones. Those are really cool. I like, you know, like I was saying before, I really wanted new enemies and stuff to fight. Like, even though it doesn't seem like there's that many new enemies already, like, it makes the game feel entirely new, which is what I wanted, I guess, which was the point, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and fight Monstro here. I still have not taken damage, I don't think, in the entire run, which was kind of unexpected because I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but it has been a year or so since I played the Binding of Isaac. Basically, when I got Platinum God, I stopped playing. So whenever that was, I'm sure I could go back and look at my Steam achievements list or something. That was the final time I played, which it seems weird to think that it's been so long since I played. But we took care of Monstro without any sort of issue, and we got Monstro's Tooth unlocked, and Basement Boy, amazing. If we get Dark Boy on the first run, I'll be ecstatic. I have no idea what this item is. Placenta. It would not be the Binding of Isaac without fetal references, I guess, although we do have a... Whoa. Okay, I was just about to say, maybe I shouldn't pick that up, because these hearts look weird, but there are black hearts, and we unlocked Lazarus. Does that count maybe as like a spirit heart? Because the unlock condition for Lazarus was like 4 soul hearts or something like that. And I clearly have 3, although when I picked up the first black heart, it unlocked Lazarus, and I'm not gonna, like, I was really contemplating picking this up, but I don't think I will. Not on the first run, anyway. Also, I really like how the door was closed until I got clear of it, so I didn't accidentally walk into it. Very nice touch. That's really, oh man, I remember this vignette. Absolutely traumatizing. And somehow we unlocked Samson. I don't remember how we did that. Did I forget to go to an item room or something? Like, wasn't that the unlock condition for Samson? I'm losing my mind, man. I don't remember. Probably should have done a little research or something, but you know, that's another thing I was gonna say. This is really gonna be my first Let's Play. Although, you know, I did sort of an Isaac Let's Play before, but it was like 2 episodes. I'm not counting that at all. This is really gonna be my first Let's Play where I'm not 100% knowledgeable about literally everything that's gonna be happening, you know, in the episode that is happening as I play it. Like, for example, the 358 Let's Play, I know literally everything. I don't want to say, like, it's not scripted by any means, don't get me wrong, but I know literally everything that's going to happen in the episode, and I, like, plan out episodes before they start and stuff, so it's nice to have a game where I can just sort of, like, relax and sit back and we'll go wherever the game takes us, I guess. Hopefully the game takes us, or hopefully I can take the game to Mom on the first run. It'd be pretty amazing if we were able to beat the game on the first run. Although, I'm not sure where the game ends on the first run. I think it just ends in Mom. It probably does. That's, what? Oh my, that's gonna scare me every time. The pause menu. Like I said, better not screw us over, because as far as I know, we're still damageless right now, and I'd love to keep that going as long as possible. You know, I'm not sure if it was like this in the original Binding of Isaac, and I'm still not even sure if I'm maybe just mis-experiencing it as we play right now. It looks like these enemies are taking more damage to kill than they were before. Like, I seem to remember enemies in the Binding of Isaac, like, small spiders would have the same HP for the entire game. Maybe I just wasn't killing these in one shot before, even though I thought I was. I really like the new rooms, by the way. Like, this room is a large room. These mushrooms are new scenery, I think. But there's, like, voids and stuff, which is really cool. You know, I was gonna say, speaking of, like, new features and stuff in the controller, like, yeah, I was pretty sure that there was a way to, like, there was a timer or something. So I've barely been playing for 9 minutes. Probably amazing for speedrunners, although I don't want to get into the validity of Isaac speedrunning. Isaac Racing is amazing, but the RNG involved in a... Oh, that's our first bit of damage, I think, unless I'm just misremembering. But anyway, Binding of Isaac speedruns are definitely RNG dependent, although most speedruns are probably RNG dependent to some degree. And speaking of speedruns, by the way, well, these are new enemies, I think. If they're not, I definitely don't remember them from the base game, although I'm like 100% sure they were not there. Speaking of speedruns, what is happening? Blackheart did something. Not really sure what just happened. You know, that's another, like, I'm really excited to not know what happens. But anyway, speedruns. One reason I've not been uploading that much over the past, I think it was like 5 months ago was my last Let's Play video, which is really inexcusable, and I'm sorry about that. But anyway, I've been doing a lot of speedruns over on Twitch. My primary game is Majora's Mask Any Percent. And I've actually taken 2nd place in the entire world, so I guess it wasn't, you know, a complete waste of time. I'm actually getting somewhere with that, but I'm gonna try and balance my streams and my videos a lot better going forward. Looks like we have a new enemy here. Best Bud, Sworn Protector or Defender. I didn't really read it. I got the gist of it, though. He's not orbiting, so I guess it doesn't really count as... Or it's not the same thing as, like, a pretty fly, or what were they? Oh my goodness, that scared the crap out of me, which is kind of funny, because we're fighting a poop enemy, I guess. I'll try to keep jokes like that to a minimum throughout the Let's Play, although, considering the game we're playing, that might be a little difficult. I don't even remember what I was saying. Something about... Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot, too. Completely do not remember. Anyway, we got I found pills doesn't do anything. As far as I know, I don't think it did anything in the original. For all I know, it could do something different in Rebirth, although I seriously doubt it, because as far as I can tell, nothing interesting happened. Let's see. If we place a bomb right here, it definitely will not reach over here. I don't know, I was gonna say let's check for a secret room or something. I don't really know the rules for secret rooms, although I did find one, so I guess that's pretty cool. I wonder if he actually wants a key. Oh, we can actually give him a key. Am I really gonna do this? Come on, just pay out. If you don't pay out, I swear. Okay, good. You've got to be kidding me. That felt really good. I cannot believe that just happened. That is the epitome of my luck when it comes to video games. We're gonna move on here and pretend like that didn't just happen. I don't know if these enemies are new. Obviously, like, the enemy type is not new, but I don't remember enemies like that shot bombs in the original game. And if it seems like I'm comparing to the original game a lot, I guess it's understandable, because this is a remake of a game, so it's only correct and right, I guess, to compare the new and the old, I guess. So speaking of new, this is definitely a new enemy. I have no idea what the attack patterns are going to be, so hopefully I don't take too much damage here. Is it just me, or did I take damage before he actually hit me? Not a huge deal, although the black card activated. And by the way, it looks like... Oh man, he's like sucking me in. Wow, this is absolutely horrifyingly disgusting, which I would not have the Binding of Isaac any other way. But when he jumps up and down, it looks like it sends out some sort of shockwave. I wonder if him touching us is what damages us, or if the shockwave itself is what causes the damage. Either way, this is a really cool enemy, integrating the poop enemies. And so, like, some elements of it looks like Gertie, or not Gertie, but like the float almost. And the one, I can't remember what the actual boss is called, but the one that just like sits in the middle of the room and you have to like, there's oftentimes nubs in the room. I don't remember what the name of that enemy was, or that boss. I'm sure we'll find it eventually, assuming it's still in the game. Looks like we have the belt here, which should be a speed up. Yep. Straight from the Binding of Isaac, so we are definitely familiar with that. Making our way to the 4th floor here. You know, that is a definite issue. That is why you check the toilet paper roll before you do your business in the bathroom. Tip for all you kids out there. What I kind of want to do is check for the item room, and apparently mess around with the pause menu a couple times while we're at it. I want to get the item room, and then maybe Emperor out. Or, no, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to find the item room. We're going to kill the boss on this floor, or find the boss the normal way. And then on the next floor, we're going to use our Emperor card. Seems like as solid a plan as we could possibly have at this point. If we were going to go to the womb or the chest, or I've heard there are other floor types as well. Or, you know, we have, I'm assuming Sheol, and the chest and the cathedral, but I've heard there's something else, like a new thing. Whatever those are. Anyway, if we were going to go to those, or if we had the option, which I don't think we do because it's our first run, I would save our Emperor card, probably. But, considering we only assuming, or if my assumption's right, we have to go to Mom, I'm going to use the Emperor card pretty soon. Might as well go ahead and take this. Oh man, Explosive Diarrhea is back. No, don't take damage, thank you. What floor are we on right now? I don't even know. Maybe it'll tell us here. Caves 2. I was gonna say, maybe we could actually go for Dark Boy on our first ever run. That would be absolutely insane. If that happens, you guys will never hear the end of it. I'll brag about it for the next 980 episodes. 2020 double shot. Alright, that's actually really cool. Although I'm not really sure why our first shot only shot 1. I thought, immediately my first thought was like, maybe it's a percent chance or something, but it looks like maybe it was just like left over from when I didn't have it or something. Like maybe I shot right before I picked it up or something. Alright, you know one thing? I'm not really sure if we can make the map okay, I was gonna say, if we can make the map bigger at all. Not an issue. We can make it larger at will. Something that the world... If someone can make that happen in real life, there is probably a Nobel Prize waiting for you. And patents and money. Generational wealth. Pick up this pill here. Hopefully it's not something devastating. Tears up, definitely going to be good with our double shot, I'm assuming anyway. You know, I really like having, like when I first started this episode, wow, that was intense. When we first started this episode, I was shooting with the right thumbstick. I don't know if I explained this, but you can shoot with the face buttons or the thumbstick. I find the face buttons to definitely be better, because like for the analog stick, you can shoot like accidentally in the wrong direction almost, but you're kind of bad if you shoot in the wrong direction. Wow. That was a gigantic lemon party there, or a lemon mishap, I should say. Looks like we have a Larry Jr. fight here. I don't remember, was this our first boss fight? Like, or have we fought him in this run? I don't think we have. Maybe I'm just going crazy. We got the matchstick, though. I think that's our first trinket. And I've heard there are some changes to the way, not the way trinkets work exactly, but like some items became trinkets. Like Wiggle Worm, I think now is a trinket instead of an item, which is kind of interesting, I guess. Let's go ahead and fight our Caves 2 boss here. I thought that said Mega Man at first. Okay, we're gonna start off the boss fight by pause buffering the entrance, I guess. But if we had Mega Man as a boss fight, that would be absolutely crazy. This has got to be a new boss fight. For some reason, the name Mega Maw sounded familiar from the first, or from the original game, but I definitely have never fought anything like this in my entire life. Little Chubby has unlocked. Looks like we have a safety pin here. Evil, okay. Range and something up. I didn't get to finish reading that. Apparently I need to go back to the first grade. But we have Evil up. I'm not sure what that means. So let's go ahead and pause buffer our entrance into the next room and pick up, I believe that is the relic. Apparently, or the miter. Holy Mantle, I was entirely wrong, so that's amazing. We cannot put these fires out, by the way. It said something, that's actually a little frustrating. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But Holy Shield, I wonder if that works like, what was the name of that item in the original? I can't remember. The wafer. I wonder if that's how that works, because that's what it sounds like. That's weird. Like, every time I go into a room, that happens. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to have happened in, you know, like, just in the middle of gameplay in a room yet. And I would have gone in that curse room over there, but I'm not really sure if that counts towards your damage for Dark Boy. I can't remember, so I'm not going to chance it. I probably should not even hold out hope that I'm going to get Dark Boy in my first run. But where there's a will, there's a way, and we still have a chance. So I might as well keep that going as long as possible. Definitely don't want to lose our chance at Dark Boy by walking onto the creep. That would just be the worst way. Oh, man. This is bad. Or not bad, but I'm probably going to be bad. Fortunately, I wasn't. I could have easily taken damage on that room. Just, you guys saw that luck I had with the chest, or the beggar, the key beggar, which, by the way, is another new thing, giving me a chest that I needed a key to open as I gave him my final key. Oh, wait, I was gonna say, I was just about getting ready to say we're fighting some enemies we fought before, but those are like a variation, because they had like bloody eyes and stuff. I wonder if they have like higher damage or something. Okay, this could be bad. This is bad. This is, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, we had a clutch play right there. Does not guarantee my success, because the clutcher the play, the more likely you are to make a stupid mistake, in my experience anyway. I'd love to get that pill. Hopefully it's not something that damages me. Okay, well, hurt my pride a little bit, but it did not give me any physical damage in-game. Oh man, I didn't even realize there was an enemy in this room because of like the pause. For some reason, when that happened, I forgot that I was like playing. So I want to get the item room on this floor, but we're right here at the boss. So what I'm going to do is fight the boss. If I don't take damage, I'm going to go to the next floor, immediately use my Emperor card, and not worry about item rooms. 2 Mega Fatties. This could be interesting, especially since we're in a large room right now. Fortunately, we're doing a lot of damage. But oh man, that was legitimately scary. Fortunately, I was going to say, we are in a large room right now. So, hopefully, we have an easier time dodging enemies. I have a bomb. I wonder if it'd be useful to like use a bomb here. It probably would, yeah. You know, fortunately, it looks like that like throwing up attack kind of attacks on a straight line, maybe, from like where you were when you started the attack, so it looks like it won't be that hard to dodge. Although, I will say, like I was saying before, like, I didn't think that the large rooms were going to be that great, or like, I didn't think I was going to like them. But it makes fighting multiple boss fights, like, for example, in the original we had, like, triple Lokis and double Lokis and stuff. It makes fighting these enemies a lot more fun, because you have a lot more, like, room to maneuver and stuff. Definitely not going to let little poops destroy our chance at Dark Boy. Oh, man. Probably should get out of the way of that. Alright, so unless I make a catastrophic error here, unless he pulls a new attack, I should be able to get out of this boss fight without taking any damage. Alright, looks like we have a key here. I'm just going to go ahead and destroy the poop. Just make sure... Okay, I was going to say, if I walk on this creep and get damaged, I'm going to be salty, but turns out it's not really creep. Screw. Not a key, but we got another tears up, which is really good. Because now we're firing insanely quickly. We're now on the final floor, I'm assuming, so I'm going to go ahead and use that Emperor card. We unlocked Eve, evidently, which is amazing. I think that's 2 or 3 enemies, or not enemies, characters, I should say, unlocked on the first episode. And my controller legitimately just stopped working. We're going to take a second here for technical difficulties, I guess. If it doesn't stop or start working, I'm going to have to use the control, or not the control stick, the keyboard and mouse, I guess. And my controller, or my keyboard doesn't work, so I'm not sure what we're going to do here. I guess I'll try to keep this run going. Alright, I think we're back, and through the magic of Rebirth, we are back exactly where I was, because apparently the game, I'm guessing at the end of every floor or something, saves your progress, and that was really weird. Like, not only did my controller not work, my keyboard didn't work, and like nothing worked, so that was weird. I really need to get that figured out for future episodes, but for now, we're gonna go ahead and use this Emperor card. If we can defeat Mom without taking damage, I'm pretty sure that we will have Dark Boy on our first ever run, which, like I said, would be just absolutely insanity. I can't see! Oh my god, dude, I'm so bad! I choked it right at the very beginning of the run. At the very least, we should be able to defeat Mom. We have plenty of health. I wonder if the old Mom exploits work. Like, you could stand basically right to the left of the bottom eye and just spam tears at Mom and she wouldn't be able to hit you at all. You know, another thing I want to know, if it changed at all, is... in the original, if you defeated Mom while you were standing, like, directly underneath her, you would take damage when she exploded or something like that. I think that's what happened anyway. Hopefully that changed, because that was damage that, like, really shouldn't have been taken, I thought. Like, I guess there's some skill involved in killing Mom while you're not directly underneath her shadow, but, like, I feel like you shouldn't be penalized for killing the enemy. I have no idea. I'm not a game designer.
His mother, fueled with the desire to serve her God, was bearing down on Isaac. "I will do as I'm told, my lord. I love you above all else," Isaac's mother repeated to herself. This was the end of the line for Isaac. His mother was far too strong for him. But just as he accepted his fate, God intervened, sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand. And just like that, it was over.
Well, we beat the game for the first time. Of course, it wasn't that hard, I guess. We can't... Oh, I was going to say we can't skip this, but we have. We have unlocked the Womb. We've unlocked Challenge Purist, number 20, I guess. The Harbingers, the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, a cube of meat, and there was something else in there that we unlocked, I think. I might have missed it, but if we... Wow, that's pretty cool. Like, we have... I didn't even realize at first that we had a file select screen. That's really cool. I just glossed right over that. But we've defeated Mom for our first time. And I am going to call it quits here. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. Let me know what you thought. I will be uploading, like I said, these daily. Maybe more than one a day. I'm having a lot of fun with these, and it's really easy to just sit down and record a Binding of Isaac episode. But like I said before, 358 is not dead. I will be uploading those as often as possible, hopefully daily, so I should be having 2 videos out a day if everything goes to plan. And I really want to bring back Paper Mario, which has been dead for over 2 years now, but I think it's finally time, with Rebirth, to bring it back to life. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to apologize once again for the extreme wait between videos, I guess. Although these are videos from a different series. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you guys back for the next episode.